Hello everyone, it's NotaNoobPat, and welcome to Perk Review. Today we're taking a look at the level 35 Jane Romero perk, Poised. When a generator is completed, this perk activates and you will leave no scratch marks for 10 seconds. The pros are that you will have the ability to leave a completed generator's area without being tracked by the killer. This can be helpful as many killers will head to a completed generator's area if they are not already in a chase. Then, your teammates could also complete a generator while you are in a chase, which could help you lose the killer. The cons are many though. Let's say you complete a generator with a teammate and they follow you after you complete it to either head to the next generator or because the killer is chasing you both. Well, unless they are also using this perk, they are leaving scratch marks that can directly counteract your use of this perk. Then, 10 seconds without scratch marks is just not a very long time. This perk also activates at inopportune times. You are not able to control this perk. You could not be near the killer, you could be hooked, or two generators could be completed at the same time, meaning you don't get double the benefit. It's just that the 10 seconds overlap at the same time. Finally, there are plenty of viable alternatives if you want to be stealth. There's Iron Will, Quick and Quiet, Calm Spirit, and plenty of other better perks. Let's get into our video demonstration. From the survivor side, this is how it looks. I complete a generator and I won't leave scratch marks for 10 seconds. You can tell when the perk is activated by looking at the perk icon in the perk window. The perk icon will become lit and rotate counterclockwise to signify it is active and will dim at the conclusion of 10 seconds. However, it is much more valuable to see this from the killer's perspective, which we will do twice. This survivor finishes a generator, and as you can see, they run into the distance without scratch marks due to using Poised. Again, the survivor creates scratch marks prior to completing this generator right here. When they hop back on and complete it, you can see that they don't leave scratch marks anymore for 10 seconds. Let's get into our video examples. In this first example, the killer downs me, but my teammate runs over and is able to get the flashlight save. Right as this happens, a teammate across the map finishes a generator at the perfect time, and the killer is going to be unable to track me since he is temporarily blinded and I'm not leaving any scratch marks due to Poised. Next, I am the one completing a generator when the Oni is dashing around the map trying to find survivors. Fortunately, I see a locker close to this generator and I'm able to go hide in it before the Oni gets to the completed generator's area to investigate. Since I didn't leave scratch marks, he couldn't see my trail leading directly into this locker. That being said, I don't want to make this perk out to be good when it really just isn't. Later in the same game, two of the perk's biggest flaws happen at once. While I am being hooked, two generators are completed at the same time. Not only do I not get a benefit since I obviously can't use the perk when hooked, but also two generators popped at once, meaning I essentially only get 10 to 12 seconds of coverage from Poised when I should have gotten 20 seconds. To drive this point home, I wanted to show you what a typical game with this perk looks like. When the first generator pops, I am on a generator and not running, so no benefit there. Then, you can see by the screaming survivor that the killer is already in a chase elsewhere, so not having scratch marks isn't going to make a big difference for me. Then, for the third activation, a generator is completed and it finally looks like I'm going to get some use out of this perk while I'm sprinting over to the hook survivor, but out of luck. The doctor uses his shock ability to locate me and doesn't need the help of my scratch marks, and he's going to down me anyway. Then again, for the fourth activation, I am running nowhere near the killer when a generator is finished. So, again, I don't get any benefit from this perk. Finally, to wrap things up, I finished the final generator with David. While I am using this perk to run to the door, he is running and sticks nearby to me. If the killer already wasn't going to run towards this door and complete a generator area, well, he's going to look and see David's tracks since he is running near me, and I'm not going to benefit much from having this perk because he'll see me on the door. I hope you understand why I'm going to give this perk the grade I do, and speaking of which, Poised is a 1.5 out of 10. This perk activates when you don't need it, don't expect it, or when it won't work. You won't need this perk when the killer isn't near you, you are repairing a generator and therefore are stationary, or it activates when you are hooked, so it's useless. I think you get the point. The problem is, this perk is very luck dependent. It's hard to plan to use the lack of scratch marks ability unless you complete every single generator and therefore know when it's going to activate. Speaking of generators, you only get to complete 5 in a game, so this perk can only be activated 5 times per game for a grand total of 50 hypothetical seconds without leaving scratch marks. If you want to play stealth, there is Quick and Quiet or Iron Will. If you don't want the killer to see your scratch marks in high pressure situations, check out Dance With Me. I've reviewed all of these perks before, and the links are in the description. Overall, don't use this perk. It will likely be buffed in the future since almost no one uses it and the ability is so weak. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave it a like. If you want to check out more perk review, make sure to look for the links in the description and visit my channel to subscribe. I also stream twice a week on Twitch if you want to stop by. Take it easy.